All righty, traders. This is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the daily roundup. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, so we're about, I guess, an hour and a half away from the FOMC here. Excuse me, just getting situated. Excuse me. All right. So we're just, about, like I said, about an hour and a half away from the Fed meeting. I was just looking at the dollar Canadian, really, really close to support here. I know Amir in the chat room was buying it. I'm gonna wait. I picked up some US dollar Norwegian krona, just at 63. So like right here, let me move this really quick. Okay. We're just kind of funneling lower. I still think we're doing like a little bit of a wedge here. Something that looks like this, maybe like, anyway, it's just falling, it's getting oversold, divergent, and I think we're going to, head to the middle of the range, but I don't know if it's going to really do that. I don't know if I really want to hold it in the FOMC. I mean, I'm basically break even, down a few pips. It's no big deal. But that's something that I'm just keeping an eye on because, obviously the dollar Canadian just keeps dropping and it's like, okay, well, it's dragging down this, but it's more risk appetite continues to bounce here. And we're getting close. And this is obviously not correct. We were just talking about what could be happening here, but what I think is happening, and you guys know this, what I think is happening is this. So let's say we get, Fed does its Fed thing, just get a normal, as you guys can imagine, dovish Powell, as you would expect. No real change. People go, yeah, I think we're going to taper this year, but still not super clear. Stocks should rally, and if they do, that should put the S&P closer to this 4450 level, and it's going to probably irritate me more than anything. Is that it's going to probably nullify my pattern in play first. It's going to nullify my pattern in play first before moving lower. It's just because I moved my stops. I just moved it to break even. It's fine. I'm going to actually just turn around and really short the S&P, which, because you guys know the master plan right now. But I think that's probably what's going to happen. Now, there's still a chance, obviously, the Fed is one of a hawkish stance, basically saying, we've got to taper no matter what. It's got to happen. And then, stocks will stop and they'll fall from here. But the one thing that I guess we could identify is that we are at the 618 retracement currently, right? We are at the 618 retracement of this last move lower. Really, it's like the whole move down, like where it started. I go to the highest peak right here, but you can see we're right at the 618, which is 4417. Maybe that caps it. A lot of chatter. So Polly brought this up way early in the chat room. If you're in the chat room here, you go over to file list and you go early this morning. He was, imminent China Evergrande deal will see CCP take control of Asia markets. Then FX Macro pointed out like there's hardly any followers on that Twitter account. It's just some random Twitter account. And I think the markets got a little carried away, squeezing higher, thinking that they're going to be bailed out by China. I don't know if it's actually true, but that could be one of the reasons why. That and obviously FOMC skittishness. No one wants to be short with the Fed chairman today. With the Fed chairman probably going to be his normal dovish self. So probably that's what squeezed the markets a little bit here. But we're stopping at the 618, so that we should really identify or notice. Okay, so let's take a real quick look around. Euro's not really doing anything. Pound bounced a little bit after hitting the 161% extension, or really damn close to. Pretty big horizontal support in the cable. One thing I want to point out is that this horizontal support is holding. So this is when, you know, the sterling probably turns a little bit more bearish, is when we get below there. Let's get rid of this trend line here. I don't think that trend line is really relevant. It was enough to get people short and then back up again, but I think we have to realize we're just near a lot of support here. 136 is key. So we got that. The Aussie is up against channel resistance. Think about that before you get long. You know, you like I mentioned before, you want to break this resistance here. You know, that resistance right there at 72.84. That's where the Aussie will turn near-term bullish. Kiwi sideways. Canadian pulling back a little bit. I think Brand said, yeah, the dollar Canadian is very near one of the supports, is backed up by moving averages. I think it's gambling to jump in. Yeah, I mean, it's like, unless you're scalping in and out of it around here, like I wouldn't be surprised if the dollar Canadian bounces here and we see like a 10 pip bounce. But does that mean that's today's lows? No, I think it's just at a point where people go, yeah, it's a little oversold. Maybe I want to pick some up. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think. If we get back above 127.50, then it's a false breakdown. If we get back above here, right, then it becomes more of a false breakdown. But you gotta let the FOMC pass. I went over the Norwegian krona. I'm probably going to end up getting out of this thing just before the Fed, because I figured we'd have bounced already, but the reason why it hasn't is because stocks are so much stronger. So I'll be probably looking for a flat or maybe a slight loss out of that one. Dollar Mexican peso is back at 20. So this might be, hold on. So watch for that possible flag. Support here would be pretty important. If for some reason, let's talk about the peso, because this is one that I am interested in. If the Fed gives us some sort of taper timeline and is hawkish, more hawkish than the market expects, but we have some sort of taper timeline, I want to be a buyer of the dollar mex. Now, the reason why I say that is because, if this is a flag, I'll play it as such, right? That doesn't necessarily mean I want to buy it right now. Obviously, if I wanted to roll the dice and I'm like, oh, okay, I want to take on a bunch of risk before the Fed, I'd be long here, but I'm not going to do that. I want to show you the importance of it if it holds, right? So probably it's going to be like my likely action should the Fed be more hawkish post FOMC is buying it back above 205. So then we get a false breakdown, right? So I just kind of help you envision what I'm seeing here. Like we do this, bounce, break back above that. So you got all the longs already out now. They're all stopped out, right? You got some shorts in there playing like the range or whatever. You get above 2006 following the Fed on a more hawkish Fed, then you got a flag pattern going. That's how I'd probably going to end up playing it. But just kind of cluing you guys in on what I'm thinking here. Dollar yen, your problem, not mine. I'm not trading it. Surprisingly, this silly South African rand is so strong. I've been kind of like flabbergasted by this thing. I mean, that thing's strong, dude. I'm sorry, I just duded you guys. I know there's some gals out there. So I just said, dudettes, dudes and dudettes. Ladies, in germs. So that I think is I'm just surprised. I'm actually surprised that the dollar rand is as strong as it is. What else? You guys looked at the S&P. Crude stronger here. That's one of the reasons why the dollar CAD is so weak. You know, hold on. God, I wish I had Andre here. He could tell me exactly what this is. That is a, I guess it would be it hit the 78% retracement. That's a cipher. Ah, need to brush up on my harmonics. Anyway, if it stops there, euro yen really holding support, big support here. You guys know, I mean, this is one of those. I think the euro yen you got to watch carefully. If the euro yen breaks through 128 or 127.90, you know, that number down there, if it breaks that, that is to me, that means risk is coming off, risk off, right? It's like you don't want to be long stocks anymore. That's what that would tell me if the euro yen broke. Pound yen, Aussie yen. Kiwi yen bouncing, Canadian yen, still building that head and shoulder pattern. Euro sterling, you know, Amanda pointed out double top, big rejection. That's just a big rejection. It's just resistance, in my opinion. So a break above 86.20 is very bullish. As you guys know, I'm bullish the euro pound. I have euro sterling. I have it on, and I've been long for a while. I've been long since like back here at 86.50 average now because I sold off some, but I'm looking for a move up towards 87 eventually. Just takes time because this is moving like molasses. Let's see, yields not doing anything. A disaster here. You know what yields look like? The dollar yen. It's just a disaster looking market. Here, let's go to 4 hour. We've gone from a possible breakout to just a really tight consolidation now in yields. That's pretty much it. Oh, cryptos are recovering a little bit, but I would think like Ethereum comes up against resistance here. If you guys are playing them on the long side, just be really careful. This is all very important pivotal areas for cryptos. Oh, Cedric said, hey, Blake, I missed the earlier webinars. I just have to join this one. Can you give an analysis on gold? Hey, Cedric, hey, Cedric, by the way, I am still waiting on your email. And the reason why I say that is because I was going to send Ryan in London a bunch of stuff. I'm going to send Simon a bunch of stuff. I've been waiting on your email. Thanks for being here because now you're reminding me. Because I don't want to send it with about the book. Cedric, you got to remember the book, the Alpha Trader book. The reason why I'm saying this is because when I go to the post office, I'm going with 1, 2, 3 packages that are going international. That means I have to sit down for an hour and fill out all the paperwork. It'll probably take me more like 40 or 50 minutes, but I want to do it all at once. So when I send out international stuff, I need to do it all at one time. So let me know what you want to do about that book, because if you don't want it, then I'm going to just send you your stuff. Okay. All right. Enough about that. So you want to take a look at gold. And by the way, still, I'm going to say this one last time before I let you guys go. Nothing's changed in my mind. Gold is my driver today. Gold is going to tell me, said, yes, I will deal with tomorrow. Just explain PayPal. Oh, yeah. Just, as soon as you get me the money for the book, I'll order the book and then I'll send out everything for you. Okay. Gold is mid-range. Gold, I feel today, will test either the lower end of the range or the upper end of the range following the Fed. The reason why this is very important to me is because gold is going to confirm what I'm doing. Basically, gold goes up from here. I just want to make sure that if I'm short dollars, gold is moving higher, right? If I'm long dollars, and like, let's say I buy the US dollar Norwegian krona, I want to make sure that gold is actually heading back down towards support. I don't know if it's going to break down. I'm not really concerned with that so much because I'm not trading gold. I'm using gold as a confirmation tool. So I think the important levels for gold, once again, 1735, 1835. And you can find that, remember, on ForexAnalytix under market info. This is your bias chart for today. Those numbers are right here. And again, I'm not anticipating a big breakout in gold. I'm not anticipating a big breakout in gold. I'm just anticipating it to help confirm what I'm doing in the markets. All right, guys and gals, have a good one. I will talk to you and good luck. And if you're in the chat rooms, I'll see you guys in there for the FOMC. You guys have a great one. Bye-bye.